get started with that.
Steph, what's your go-to Starbucks order?
In the fall, pumpkin cream cold brew. I knew the day that it came out, I was there at Starbucks, ready, in Connecticut. I needed it. Because anything pumpkin is heaven.
For both of you, I mean, just reflecting on the season, making it to the finals, and what it means for this year, for where this team has been and where it can go for the future.
It means a lot. I think it was a really new team, a lot of new players. We had a goal because of the talent that we had, but, unfortunate that we didn't get that goal. But overall, I think we did a great job of building really fast chemistry and doing what we could. Me getting injured wasn't great for me personally. It was an unfortunate time to get injured. But overall, I just think, definitely happy and proud of this group and each other. Say something.
Well, I think, yes, it was a tough season, but at the end of the day, we have a new team, a lot of talent, like she said, but we can see that we can't really win a championship after a few months together. It takes time sometimes, and we have to just be proud of what we did this season. I think thinking about the atmosphere during the playoff was something special, and we have to remember that for the next season, that we can bring something to New York, and just the joy around the arena was something special, and yeah, we have to remember that, I think.
Down here. For Marine, you just talk about the joy and that there's work left to do. I'll ask the question, and I think I asked you a version of this during the finals, but with the Paris Olympics coming up next year, do you plan on being with the New York Liberty next season?
It's going to be complicating, but I talked to JK, I talked to Ohema. If I have the possibility to come, I will try to come. But it's true that I gave my I talked with my national team president, and I told them that I will be there the first day of the training camp, and it should start really early, June 6th, something like that. So it will be tough for me to be here at the same time. So yeah, I think for now I will just say that I will be ready with the French team and get prepared for that. But anyway, we will see what will happen with the rules and everything. But for now, I will be with national team.
Thanks.
Marie and Steph, good to see you both. Steph, this one is actually a two-parter for you, if I could. The first part being, you know what it is to win a championship. Where do you see the last jump between what this group has been? Is it continuity? Is it a particular element schematically? Is it adding a different player? Where do you see that?
Yeah, I think when I won the championship in Chicago, it was similar to this group in terms of we had Candace. We already had a bit of a core, and we just added Candace. But I don't even think Candace thought we were going to win after that one season. It was definitely some luck in that for us in winning a championship. So it's hard to kind of compare or think back to that one and this group because it was two completely different situations with getting. How many new players do we have this year? Five, right? 5 or 6, probably. So it's so many new players and a lot of talent, a lot of girls who are used to having the ball in their hands a lot. So I think for us it was just time. We did our best with how much time we had to build the chemistry, and I actually thought we built it much faster than I was expecting. So I just think, there's a lot of potential with this group. I'm not necessarily sure it's adding a player. I think we have what we need. It's just about continuing to build it, continuing to figure out ways to make adjustments in games, figure out what other teams are going to do to us because there's so much talent on the floor. and just handle that pressure. But yeah, I just think it comes down to time.
And then just for you personally, just speaking of that time, you have a decision to make. Obviously, they have a decision to make. In so many ways, it's a homecoming for you. What's your thinking about it, and what's your early read on what they're thinking about in terms of you in 2024?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I came to New York because it is my home. I was, hoping to stay here till the end of my career. But, I don't know exactly what they have planned or what's in their heads, so we'll see. I love this team. I enjoyed the season. It was definitely up and down and a new position than what I had last year, obviously coming off the bench and not getting as many minutes. But I'm always a team player, and I just want to win a championship. So, a lot to think about on both ends, but we'll see.
Thank you both.
I will start with Steph. So obviously, Marine gave us a pretty full, detailed answer to the notion of next year and how the national team and prioritization is going to get in the way. So I'm just curious, your thoughts on the fact that this rule impacts, her becoming a global household name in this league. And
Oh, we're talking about Marine?
yes.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? No, I'm fine. Okay, sorry, finish.
Gosh. Let me see if I got this right. The W is also looking to globalize and expand. Mm-hmm. And, the fact that her highlights, what she was able to do in the finals, that went global. Everyone saw it. People were imitating her. So the question is, the fact that prioritization puts a wrench in that. I'm just curious your thoughts there.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for players like her. I think the best part about the league is that we have players from every country or a lot of countries, and there's a lot of great talent out there, but unfortunately a lot of them are not able to come play already. And now to add prioritization definitely makes it more difficult. It's always exciting to watch Marine play. To play with her is always fun. We get a lot of reps in practice. But it's unfortunate. I think she's going to succeed no matter where she is, whether national team here. She always does great. And hopefully going forward, although, the point of prioritization is to grow the league, to make sure that people are really focusing on the W. It definitely is unfortunate that it could, make it more difficult for players overseas to come play.
And Marine, for you, what does this season and all that you were able to accomplish with this group, what does it represent for you?
Like I always said, I think it's something special. It's always special for me coming here. Whatever, if we are in the finals or no, playing the playoff or no, it's always something special. It was a dream for me, playing here. And I feel like this season was really a lot of learning. I hope I grew up after that.
She hasn't.
Anyway, it's a lot of learning. I'm really proud about what I did, even if it was tough sometimes. Maybe didn't play my best every game, but I think I'm really proud of myself. I learned a lot about basketball, but also myself, and I'm proud of myself.
Hey, Marine. Hey, Steph. Okay, so my question is for Marine. Outside of Honshu, you're kind of one of the OG New York Liberty players that was around during the Westchester days. How did it feel to play in front of sold-out arena here at Barclays and just reflecting on, the old times where it wasn't, as good?
Yeah, it was great. I saw something on Twitter we were playing at the Westchester, and I saw it again those last days, and it was oh wow.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, it was like for me the first year it was like I said, like wow, it's great, like I don't care where we are playing, like I'm just in the league. And but now, okay, I understand, I get it. Now it's much better, I can't lie. And yeah, that's something special. Like I said, the atmosphere during the finals, during the playoff in general was like something that I never thought I will be playing. And yeah, I was really happy living this moment.
And my follow-up, just for the both of you, I mean, I know you just talked about, you have things to work on. What are some of those things? And then Steph, what are some things that you want to work on in the off-season?
Individually?
Yes.
Me first? Yeah, you got this.
Well, I think it's tough for me, like because I'm always playing with a team, so you just have to like give you some goals, but you know that you don't really have time to think about yourself. I'm already like focused with Lyon now. I know that we have a tough like beginning of the season with a lot of injuries and everything. So, like, I'm more thinking about the team now, but I know, I have to work on my game. I would like to be more consistent. I want to play better in defense. I would love to work on my also off-ball action, like because I know that in Europe I have a lot of time like the ball in my hands, and here it's completely different. So it's like something that I will work on.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just, I'm going to have a conversation with the coaches as well here and figure out what they want from me in order to kind of focus on that. I think the last few off seasons, I've done what I can to work on my game. I know coming into this year, training camp, Olaf told me I look the best that I've looked. So just to do that again, I mean, get back in shape. Obviously, again, the injury kind of messed me up with my shape. Hanging out with her, I ate a lot of crepes. So, lose some weight when Marine's not around. And just focus on that. I think for me, my biggest hurdle is always being in the best shape. And then I can just work on my game from there. So just continue to get better and see what the coaches want.
Hey, Steph, for you, you talked about this kind of being kind of like a hometown team for you and wanting to come here. But you also would have played in Westchester County. There has been a lot of people reminiscing on that. What was it like to be a visiting team in that?
Awful. It was literally awful. Just really confusing. I think my high school might have been a little bit. You know what? Let me not say that. It was fine. My mom always says, if you don't have anything nice to say, it was something. It was something. It was hard to play there. It was disappointing to feel like that was a WNBA team, especially because I played at MSG a couple years before that. So to play at MSG when we played New York, to go to Westchester. And then to play in Barclays, it's like definitely an up and down. But it was hard to see a team like that go through a season because I couldn't have imagined it being my home team. To have that lack of, I guess, facility, equipment, I'm sure, and for them to still be able to go out and play every day was impressive. So, I'm just glad that we've gotten better and that the size have taken over and have really put investments into us and cared.
So putting Westchester aside, I'm curious, you've played with obviously other franchises here, but if I remember correctly, you have not. This would be your first franchise that's been with the WNBA since its inception. Has that ever felt...
What?
It's an original franchise, the WNBA.
Oh, okay. The word Inception threw me off.
Okay.
So
not the movie.
Yeah,
okay.
That's.
Yeah,
don't ask her that. Yeah.
No, not like the movie. That's
confused me.
Understood. That's on me. I'll be better. I'll work on it in the off season.
We're athletes,
Thank you.
remember that. Just kidding.
But does it feel different? Again, seeing being a part of this franchise while it's gone through that growth process, is it a little different to play for an original franchise than it is to play for a team with just a slightly less history?
Yeah, I think it just feels like the roots are deeper. Even last season when we got to watch the unfinished business, like being around Teaspoon and all the legends that have come. I mean, they come to every game. It just feels like it means more, to the fans, and they've all been through the ups and downs. And I've heard from some of the season ticket holders who've been here from the start, and how just happy they are that we've continued to fight for the team and to go out and play our best. So it really just feels like it means a little bit more. And then for me to come last year and us to get our first playoff win, and then to come to this year, and like Maureen said, just the atmosphere of the arena was just incredible. It means a lot, and it just makes it more fun to come to work and to play for this team.
Hello, all. Thank you for being here today. Steph, my question for you, wanted to bounce off something Howard asked you, I believe. When you got to Chicago, you spent a few years building up toward the championship build, and then now in New York, you got 1 year here last year, and then this year was boom, expectations, boom, super team, yada, yada, and it's probably our own faults as well with the super team and whatnot. But I wanted to ask, what was the biggest difference in terms of the championship build from Chicago to New York, and how did you, as a major player in both, embrace those expectations?
I think it was different. Like you said, in Chicago, we went from almost nothing to building a core, and that core, we all kind of committed to it for quite a number of years, and then being able to get Candace, and then, like I said, a bit of luck went into that, and we won in that first year with Candace. To this one being a much quicker turnaround, just adding all these massive pieces, MVPs, SLU, KT, just everything. We knew the expectations would be high. We also put them on ourselves and that pressure, but I think a lot of us kind of strive in that type of environment of pressure and excitement, and the expectations of doing what we believe that we can do. Like I said, it's unfortunate that we didn't get it, but it was our first season, so I think, there's a lot of time, and the fact that we made it as far as we did, and we did as well as we did, just shows that I think we're really starting something special, and everyone can kind of commit and buy into that. I think we can do really amazing things here.
Appreciate your time and insight, both of you.
Thank you.
Hey, Steph. When you signed here as a free agent ahead of 2022, you were one of the first pieces of this vision of putting this team together, and you bought in without really knowing what it was going to get to. So now, on the other end of those 2 years, how have you seen this franchise just continue to build, and not just on the court, but in terms of the community engagement, the fan engagement, because you've talked about the ups and downs that this team and that these fans have also had to kind of go through?
Yeah. I think it's amazing. I don't think when I signed here that I was expecting this, for us to sign all of these amazing players. So I think for us, it was more just like, okay, we're going to do this. You know what I mean? And I know Stewie had a big part of that and wanted this great team. So to be able to come and do what we set out to do, I think is the best part. I think, we can walk out of the season with our heads held high to know that we did all that we could. And like you said, the engagement of the fans, and I think Maureen said it the best, of just like knowing what we did for the community and for this arena. And I know that we have a bunch of new people that already are signing for tickets next year. Like, we have so many people that want to come watch basketball in New York. And so to build that and to be a part of it, I think is exciting for us. And, we didn't get the win on the court, but I think we won in terms of building an amazing basketball environment and buzz around the WNBA.
Good morning, guys.
We're done. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Are you asking Maureen?
Last one for
both of you
Steph.
guys.
Okay. This one's for you.
Thanks. Throughout the year, there was a lot of external pressure on you guys, a lot of eyes on you guys, just sort of different comments about the team, discourse, things like that. How do you think, for both of you guys, the team was able to sort of maintain their togetherness amidst all the outside noise and chatter?
You go first.
Go ahead.
No, you go first, because then I can. Okay. I think our vets did that, in my opinion. I think it started with Sandy, obviously, just kind of having the culture meetings and creating that culture of being able to just be open and together. But I think our vets, myself, Stewie, JJ, I think we all just gave a lot of insight on how to stay together and stay focused on the goal at hand and not allow that outside noise to come in or creep in and to hurt us or anything like that. So I think, we did what we could in that aspect. And I think we did a good job of that. I mean, I don't think anyone really had, or didn't seem like anyone had that outside noise creep in or get to them. And we always stuck together no matter the ups and downs throughout the season.
I think players like Stewie or Steph that they have the experience of that, and they were always like just talking to us in the locker room or anyway. Like we knew that we just had to focus on our team, and not like listening everything like outside, like the media or whatever. Like we just knew that we could be like a great team. Like playing in the final was like for sure the goal, and we were just focus on that. And I don't think we really care about what people were saying about us during all season. And I think, like Steph said, it was thanks to Stewie and Steph that they always talk to us and let us know that we have to focus on our team.
Okay, all right, and based off the last one, I think. So based off that, the culture meetings, or whether it's the conversations one-on-one with other players, or even actual like basketball skills too, is there any wisdom that you gained that you think has forever changed the way that you approach the sport?
For me, I don't know if I'd learned much in general. I mean, I'm 31 years old. I feel like I've been around forever. But I do feel like I just built a really good relationship with everyone. I think the culture meetings for me was more so learning, like Stewie, I haven't played with her since college. And so it's just a really fun opportunity for me to see and experience being her teammate now with all that she's accomplished, and kind of relearning and re-becoming friends with her in that aspect. So for me, it was more just the relationships that I built. Sabrina and I built a really good relationship this year after last year of just meeting each other. So I'm not sure, for me it wasn't wisdom, it was more just the friendships and the relationships that I built. Did you learn anything? Tell them what I
Steph
told you.
is annoying. Okay, we're good.
Tell them what I taught you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Have a good
Guess
day.
you didn't learn anything.
Thank you both, and thank you all for your coverage all season. We really, really appreciate you.